Hello everybody, welcome back to Mama Time. I'm still, believe me or not, I'm still having my Mama Time. I love my Mama Time because I realized for a long time the only way I can be able to coordinate my schedule and crazy life of just running up and down, chasing the American dream, of course, but most importantly, taking care of everybody else out there, from the business, from employees, from my kids, from my husband. I just realized I needed to carve some time for myself. Trust me, I realized that a hard way. But now that we are here, since I started, I'm just feeling so rejuvenated because I can carve time for myself, and once I'm relaxed, I can really provide more energy for everybody else. Part of it is, apart from running, which I love, or walking, which by the way I don't get a lot of time to do it, but anytime, maybe once in a week, I should do more than that. But I just want to do things that work for my schedule and work for me. So part of it is just having a very quick shot of vitamins, whenever I have a run. And mostly I like having like a simple quick thing, like apple. Today I'm having apple, ginger, and pineapple very quickly. Did I ever tell you I'm a very good chef? Not to brag about it, but that's one of my hobbies. Speaking of another hint, I am having a cooking book which is coming, and I'm launching a cooking show which is coming. So uh, keep keep an eye on that. It's coming soon. But my main reason why I'm doing this, I wanted to share with you my kind of life, because I know people have been so um, curious about how my day-to-day life is. That's not something I was planning on this my American dream. It was only about my story, but I realized me sharing about how my story, how I'm chasing my American dream, loving it, but also how I do every other little thing day to day. Maybe in a way it might inspire you in one way or the other, encourage you, or just feel that we can be together walking this journey. And if it makes a difference in any way, in a positive way, I would love to do that. Speaking of a difference in a different way, when I was cutting my apple here, it just reminded me. Let me start cutting before, let me know. So when I was cutting my apple there, I just remembered when I was a kid. And let me tell you, this apple you're seeing there, while I'm cutting here, there is so much story behind this apple, this pineapple, I mean. And the more I talk about my story, there's something that, it has to be, that is really connected to this apple. Yeah, I'm seeing some black spots. I don't want to waste this apple. It's a big apple. It's funny how your childhood can literally redefine your future. When I was growing with my grandmother, this is how I learned to make my apple. And believe me or not, this is one of the businesses that I learned, or not even business. Back in the day, I was doing it just for my survival with my grandmom, to be able to sell around. So I will cut apple into this small pieces like this, and sell it to the village when we were doing harvesting, to the workers. And I'll buy an apple like this one for $5, 5 shillings you'll call it in Kenya. Then when you cut into the pieces, I'll try to cut small pieces to make it 15 to 20 shillings. And that's how I made money. I did that every day. And I started selling pineapple when I was 5 years old, believe me or not. Speaking of things, when I talk about my past and where my American dream started, and now where my entrepreneurship is now, I look back, and as I talk about it, it started back in the days. So I will sell eggs, boiled eggs, in the morning for breakfast for the people who are working on the field, harvesting corn. And then around lunchtime, like a snack, I'll run very quickly to grandmom. Initially, she used to cut for me. She taught me how to do it. But as time goes by, I will just run, pick up a few pineapples, just cut them cut them, chop them, and sell them. And that's how I made money. And that's how I survived with my grandmother. You know, when other kids were always going to play, most of the time, at 5, 6 years old, I never played. I was very busy trying to look for a shilling here and there to survive with my grandmother. I look back and I say thanks so much for my grandmom. So sometimes when you do things, especially with kids out there, you know, you do some things in life now and you don't know how it's gonna turn out. It might look a little bit hard, but it might turn out to be your success in the future. And every time I cut this pineapple, I cut them with a joy, knowing that, you know, not only did my grandmother teach me how to do this, but most importantly, this is what really made me whoever I am. So I'm gonna start going, you know, I'm gonna go move forward with learning. Oh, I love this machine right there. I mean, it makes my life so easy. You just put whatever and then you push it. I don't know where you got it. You have to make sure you cut this you know, you cut this pineapple in very small pieces. Oh my goodness, I love this juicer. It's so easy. It's so easy to do a very to juice very quick. You know, there are so many juices out there that I tried quite some time back, and it's just too much. You know, a lot of washing, a lot of so many parts. I don't have time to be washing dishes over and over, but this one is easy. The pieces are easy. You put in the washer, you know, and you're done. So what I'm doing here is putting pineapple. I'm putting I've already put a few of the pineapples and the apple. I love my ginger. Oh my god. So especially in Africa, most of the food we cook with a lot of ginger. So this brings like a little tone on it, a little taste on it. But you know what? If you don't like ginger, ginger is not for everybody. You can decide and just put it, you know, by itself. So I see that juice is really coming so good together here. I can't wait. I can't wait to drink that juice. Another thing, if you realize, I put apple, pineapple, and the ginger. I'm trying to cut some weight a little bit, just working, you know. When you hit 40s, trust me, after 40 things, everything I eat or drink, I just feel like that. Well, Mama needs to take care of herself. So I know most of the time, you know, this is so sugary. It's kind of on the sweeter side. So, but you know, sometimes you know, I try to look for recipes out there, and I realize sometimes people lose weight and they use very like vegetables that sometimes to me the tasting was, you know, you drink that juice, you're like, oh, I can't drink it, but it's healthy for you, of course. So I decided to just make my own recipes for my own, you know, for my own health. And sometimes, you know, because this is too much sweet, once in a while I do that, but I try to mix it up. Another day I will go green, I'll go apple, kales, a little bit ginger, or a little bit everything. But anyway, all my recipe, I'm now writing a book in my recipe, another hint what I do, and it's coming, as I said, I think I mentioned before, it's coming. We're launching soon here. The recipe book is almost done, and I'll tell you more about it as we continue with the videos. You know what? Speaking of American dream, you know, when I know for sure, when I cut apples here and I have a machine here and I can still do what I do best, but also make my life so easy and really remember how I was raised up, where I was just chopping the apple. I mean, we didn't have juices, you know, juices for sure. But one thing that is in common that has never changed is the fact that I'm still the same Nelly. I'm still the same person. I still have all the good experience from my home or from my country or from my village, and of course from my grandmother, and I'm able to bring it here back in America and still enjoy my time by working, but also whenever I need a fresh fruit or a fresh juice, I can still do it because I learned it when I was so little. Again, it makes it easier when I'm here in America. At least now I can afford to buy things like, little things that like this. It looks little, but when you're raised up in the village without any power, without any machines, without these cutting boards, you're literally chopping, your fruits with your own finger, That's what I did all the time. Trust me, you come to appreciate those little things. And I could not have done better than, without having this country, this grateful country, to give me opportunities to really be able to work hard, follow my dreams, and really adapt all the good things that I learned from my childhood and still practice here and enjoy it. Well, for all the mamas there, hope you have your own mama's time because we really need it, and hope you enjoy your time. Take care of yourself as usual, and God bless you, and God bless America. Before you leave, taste my wonderful juice here. I'm gonna look at that. That looks so good. That looks so good. Oh, there's this sweetness on it. There's the ginger in it. And I'm just feeling like I'm ready for the long weekend here. And of course, everybody, my family, of course, my husband, my kids, are watching a movie while waiting for dinner. So after this, I'm energized to cook that dinner and very happy. One thing I'll tell you about this juice, in case you want to try it. If you realize I use a lot of apple on it, so I put a full apple. When you put a full apple, it's gonna be too much sweet for you. So what I do when I make this one, I just get a little drink on it, out of it, and then since I'm getting ready for my kales, I'm not gonna take this away. I will do a quick kales by itself and just mix a little bit of it and just have that green, and less sugary. So sometimes I make pineapple more, then I can keep it for tonight so that I can use it very early in the morning, on my smoothie in the morning, my green smoothie in the morning, to kind of sweeten it a little bit. So I specifically made a little extra, knowing that I'll use it later. Well, other than that, this was a wonderful time for me to share a little bit of one of those so many things that I do. And hopefully very soon, when I launch my show, my cooking show, you'll know more about me, of what I do. And there are so many other things that are coming that I do. And again, thanks to America, for this greatest country, for letting me do all the things that I've always dreamed of. All mamas there, take care of yourself. Have a good weekend. God bless you, and God bless America. Cheers on that, by the way.